It's waifu time! It's waifu week for the last time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Griffon Enterprises DOA 5 Kasumi figure. Released in 2014. This is the pinnacle. I kept the best for last, obviously. This is the real one. And a little bit of backstory to this one. This was actually introduced to me by Rocco from Mega 64. He did a small video on it. And I didn't even know this figure was out, and just, my mind was blown. It was also around the same time that I found Ami, and this was one of the first figures I bought on there, and since then, man, I've bought a lot more. Okay, so anyway, size of the figure, she stands at about 26, almost goes up to 26.5 centimeters to the top of her head, which would mean she goes up to 10.2, almost 10.3 to the top of her head. Now, the big feature about this one, since it's DOA 5, we got a lot more of a realistic look in the face sculpt. Previous figures have been a lot more animu, I mentioned that, but this one, yeah, follows into the steps of DOA 5 of making everything look a little bit more realistic, and I say a little bit more because obviously this is not, DOA is not the most realistic game in the world, but it's definitely a step up from previous games. Let me move up real quick to have a detailed look at the hair sculpt, because there's a lot going on. The mold of it is so nice, and it's even brought up even more with the paint job. As you can tell, there's like every nook and cranny, like everything in there is darker in shade, and then there's the bright, and that's like really like a little bit more of a light brownish tone going through it. And that's the other thing. We had orange hair before, now we got the brown one, which it kind of went back on in DOA 6. She has a lot more of an orange hairstyle once more, which, I don't mind. Then we got the yellow ribbon and the big ponytail in the back, very nicely posed, flowing in the wind, and just the detail in it is mwah, awesome. Speaking of mwah, awesome, tick bitties. Yeah, I'm gonna make this into a meme. We're gonna have them tick bitties on a lot of reviews, I'm guessing. I like myself some tick bitties, but yeah. Fan service of DOA is always in full effect, and I love it. This one is awesome, very nicely done. We got the choker with the white metallic, which I think we only have white metallic in the choker and the stockings for this one. There's no armbands because this is costume 1. This is the iconic blue one, which has tons of shading. And just like the hair, all the wrinkles are painted in a darker tone, and everything else really stands out more with the light blue, and it's awesome. We have a tiny bit of paint bleeding though in the white on the arms over here, which is a little bit of a bummer, but really, other than that, the paint job is one of the best. This is also a little bit more of an expensive figure, so it is to be expected, but it definitely didn't let me down. We got the Kasumi logo with a nice gold in the back. There's a sword with the shiny black and the golden handle, well, the red handle with kind of like the gold on it. And real rope once again hanging off from the sword. It does end on like plastic tips, which are also shaded, so shading galore. We got blue, kind of light bluish shading in the belt, and overall in a lot of the white, but it's most notably in the belt. And another good thing about DOA 5 is they added a whole bunch of detail to the character designs. As such, Kasumi now in her kind of arm bracelets has a very nice paint job in there, like a really nice flower design. It's amazing. How many times do I say amazing in this review? I don't know. I will say it a lot. Then we got the golden bracelets going around, nicely picked fingernails, and the swans in the front, but also in the back. I actually think they went a little bit overboard with the butt, because this butt is holy balls. Okay, yeah, this butt is something else. Even though DOA is more about tick bitties, we also have them. Well, I can't switch big butts. It's double B. Damn. Okay. Well, we have some more detail and paint job even on the inside of the outfit, which is a little bit with a gold look on it. And yeah, by the way, it's pantsu time. Obviously, there's a shot of the pantsu. You got the front parts. You can move it a little bit up Once again, I don't want to stress it too much, but you get your Pansu fix always on this channel. And then we got the Stockings, which, yeah, it's also a light blue hue. I thought it was a little bit more black, a little bit darker around here. But once again, very nice job on the knees and everything. Is that... This one's actually not really metallic. I mean, it doesn't look as metallic, at least, as a choker. So the choker kind of stands out weirdly to me. It's also shaped a little bit. It looks like a little bit squished. And then we go to the back, while actually the paint job on her little kind of ties, it kind of falls apart as well. But it's one of the things you're rarely gonna see unless you pose it like that. But you can do it if you want to. I'm just saying I will not do that. And we got more detail and her little toes. And once again, the black sandals, which even have like detail under it, like where it's connecting with these rope thingies, kind of like the golden rope things. Wow, those are really ugly. Now look at it. Damn. So yeah, overall, I mean, it looks good if you don't move down too far. As far as accessories goes, she has a standard black base, which is shiny, and that's really it. Which has packs, so if you don't want to use the packs, she still stands very nicely on her own. So, option parts, but it's there, so there you go. So final thoughts on this one, just in case you didn't really hear me showering this figure in praise. This figure is amazing. This figure was amazing when it came out, and it still stands as the best Kasumi figure to me. It's, well, size-wise, I would like it to be a little bit smaller, but it's okay. For everything I'm getting, oh my god, this one's amazing. Once again, it was a little bit more expensive when it came out, and it's even more expensive now that it's sold out everywhere. But I would say if you can find one of these for like $150, I'd say. I mean, it's just like, look at this, and like the little kind of blue lines where her rope connects to it. The body molds, the paint job, the face sculpt, the pose is nice. I mean, it's fairly simple, but it's kind of like a more classic pose, which we're used from Kasumi. So it makes sense. The figure's great, and that's all I gotta say for the final review of Waifu Week. I hope you enjoyed, guys. I might do some more theme weeks in the future. I will just kind of, with the DOA 6 hype, I wanted to celebrate my waifu and give you my thoughts on... those are her best figures. The ones I own, and that's... there's very few that I don't own, because it's the waifu! This is cool figure I have. Alright, before I start drooling and get full retard, I'm gonna end this and say thank you very much for watching, guys. As usual, if you like this review, feel free to hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel for more figure reviews, video game stuff, and whatever Kasumi wants.